I was working a late shift, so from 2 o'clock in the afternoon until midnight. A 21-year-old son had called in to say that his mother and father were having a domestic and there was mention of a knife. We got to where we thought the address was, so there were 3 police officers at the location searching for this address. The ambulance service pull up and we say, "You're obviously here for the same shout that we are." Look inside their car, they've got a computer screen with a proper sat-nav on it. Our sat-navs are shit. We just get tom-toms. I say to the sergeant, "I'll jump in with the paramedic, you follow on." So we turn up at the address. I can obviously hear a lot of screaming coming from inside the address, so I say to the paramedic, "You wait out here, let my colleagues know that I've gone in when they've arrived, and I'll go in." The type of scream that it was made me think that there was something going on. Something wasn't right. The side door looked as though it was easiest to force, so I forced it with my shoulder. I could see blood splats, in the kitchen sort of area, and I can hear the screaming coming from the garage. So I walk out into the garden. The garden's quite well lit by lights, but it's dark outside anyway. And I look inside the garage. He was on top of her with the knife, and she was almost trying to claw at him to get him off. I was more worried about getting him restrained and getting her out of the way so she could have medical treatment. At that point, I'd only seen blood on the floor, and I wasn't aware of what sort of injury she had. So at that point then I decided that CS would probably be the most viable option, in the hope that he'd, drop the knife to put his hands up to his face because of the way the CS was affecting him. I reached down for my CS, but it caught on my body armour, so I looked down momentarily to free it. As I looked back up, felt a hard blow to the right side of my head. I believe it was a lawn edge. That was the only other object in the garage, and by the scarring on all the cuts on my head, it looked like he hit me. Certainly hit me with a lawn edge. I thought, fat me means business. He's either gonna cause her serious injury or me serious injury. I started using the CS spray, sprayed him in the face, but at the same time jumping on him. I don't think I emptied the can, I only used a bit, and that's when I started wrestling with him on the floor. I managed to knock him off of her, and then I was just wrestling with him on the floor for a short time then. I did try and activate my state 0 on 2 or 3 times, I suppose, but unfortunately the way the radio cases are, there was a plastic cover, and on mine it was particularly tight and it prevented me from activating it, and that was the only time that I thought, oh, fuck, what am I going to do? I knew, I could hear on the radio that my colleagues weren't far away at all, and I knew that as soon as I pressed it, that they'd be there within seconds, but I wanted them to know that I was inside the garage, not outside. Do you see what I mean? I don't think the paramedic said anything to my colleagues when they turned up at the address. I could hear them on the radio. I heard them turn up at the address. They didn't know where I was. Had I not intervened, I'm worried that she would have suffered serious injury. If not, possibly she may have, there's a chance that she may have died. I don't know. But he was certainly in a frame of mind where I think anything was possible. Anything was possible.